Frankie goes to Hollywood. Hey, yo, Frankie. Frankie.
Undeniably great with the gift of intelligence everlasting. It's Huggie Pacino. We'll be back with another video. Bars. Anyway, 80-year-old woman sentenced to prison for killing an abusive husband while he slept. North Platte, Nebraska. An 80-year-old woman who says she had been abused for more than 50 years by her husband was found guilty of murdering him while he slept and was sentenced to serve 8 to 10 years in prison on Monday. While Lavetta Langdon confessed to investigators that she shot her husband, Larry Langdon, twice in the head as he slept, her attorney argued that she had been tortured and isolated by him for decades. KNOP reported. She will always carry the trauma of that day and for the past 60 years, attorney Brian Williams said. She never shared some details of her story, and unfortunately, had to tell it here. Lavetta Langdon detailed some of the abuse she endured to doctors. She said she had been forced to eat dog food nude in front of her 4 daughters. She said she had called authorities over the years but never got help. At one point, she even fled to Georgia with her daughters. Red Willow County Judge David Yobrum sentenced her to 8 to 10 years in prison. She will be possible for parole in 4. I have to consider what is fair to you, protect the public, rehabilitate you, Yobrum said. I have to consider many factors. Age, criminal history, education, etc. Involuntary manslaughter carries a maximum of 20 years. There is no question that you, Lavetta, suffer from battery women's syndrome. No question that you lived in hell. But my review of reports and security camera footage sees the murder unjustified. Your attorney argued domestic violence. The bottom line, killed a man in cold blood. And there's no way I could put you on probation. No one deserved to be murdered. Any less of a sentence I will impose would not be good. Eugene Langdon, Larry Langdon's brother, was at the sentencing hearing in support of Lavetta Langdon. I know what my brother was like, and he was not a nice person, he told KNOP. He had a dual personality. He had a public personality, and he would make people think he was high, mighty, and a great person. You take him back home, and he was a monster. You all hear about in your closets. I feel like when you live through years of hell, which Lavetta did, it is very heartbreaking for her to go through more years of hell. This is the 80-year-old woman that was sentenced to 8 to 10 years. Now, here we go. My honest opinion, it's not going to be popular. I will say this. For you to deal with a man for 50 years in an abusive marriage, there's no excuse to wake up one day and blow his brains out. Nobody, man or woman, nobody should deal with an abusive individual for 50 years, 50 months, 50 hours, 50 minutes. I understand that some people do not walk away. I understand that some people do not know how to leave. I understand that. But there's no excuse to kill somebody because you have been going through the torture of abuse. This lady says she fled to Georgia, but they never explain how the hell you get back to Nebraska. You get what I'm saying? This man made you eat dog food naked in front of your 4 daughters. You mean to tell me that this man had so much power that nobody did nothing to this man, and he made you eat dog food? Not just ate dog food. You ate dog food and you laid naked on the floor while 4 of your daughters watched. You mean to tell me the testimony of those daughters and yourself didn't railroad a man in jail for that alone? Something ain't right with this story. It doesn't make sense, but it's not a reason to kill a man in cold blood. You know what I would understand? Have that pistol, have that gun on standby, so when he assaults you and he finally does something to you physically, then you should have blew his brains out then. Because you know what that would mean? That would be self-defense. And you killed him. And it was justifiable means. Because then if you kill him in self-defense, you know what you have done? You've done what you probably wanted to always do without murderous intent. But instead, you waited till he fell asleep after all these years, and you killed him in cold blood. I don't know if they have the death penalty in Nebraska. She should be on death row. I don't know if they don't have mandatory life. She deserves it. She don't deserve parole in 4 years. I don't care if she's 80 years old. And I don't care if she's a female. I would say the same thing for a man. I would say the same thing for a 20-year-old woman. And I would say the same thing for a 20-year-old male. Men don't have these excuses when they go through abuse, verbal abuse, depression, etc., etc., etc. We don't get those excuses. I'm not gonna let nobody sit here and tell me that for 50 whole years you had many reasons to kill him. You had many reasons to kill this man in self-defense. Yet you chose a random day in cold blood and shot him twice in the head while he slept. You could have killed this man while he was up on his feet, and you would have gotten away with it. And you know what we would have thought? Well, you said it was 50 years of abuse. You killed this man in self-defense. I'm all behind this woman, 100%, that she get free, no jail time. As a matter of fact, they should find some kind of way to offer her support financially, etc., etc. And I understand that. I am sorry if she went through those things. It's very unfortunate. It's horrible. It's terrible. Not justifying any of the abuse that she's labeled. But I'm not sitting here and thinking that it's okay to kill somebody in cold blood when you had many reasons to kill him prior. With that being said, this is Huggie Pacino for the Huggie Pacino Effect. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel by hitting the red subscribe button and then hitting the notification bell. If you have problems receiving notifications, make sure you unsubscribe and then hit the resubscribe button and hit the bell again. Below you have playlists of many things from the past, such as the What's the Business series, the POF Experience series, and the Memory Lane series as well as past Vision playlists. Also, there's 2 new channels to subscribe to. My son's gaming channel for Life Gaming, and make sure you keep up with everything dealing with Huggie Pacino. This is Huggie Pacino for the Huggie Pacino Effect. Thank you for your support. And if you wish to donate,
right, we going. What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.
Huggie Pacino certified.